It's the Travel Agency in a Year podcast, day 101. I'm Rachel K. And is networking really worth it for TAs? Is it? Is it really worth it? It's totally worth it. Yes. Numero uno point. All I got. Yes. Yes, it is. We're gonna have a few episodes about networking in the coming days, and my mic is geared. You weren't gonna have to worry about it all, folks, because this will be edited. You're not going to hear the mic. The only book I'm hearing. It's fun. Okay. Yes, it is worth it. Now, what if you're like, I live in the middle of nowhere? Great. You can network online. And I'm not saying cold DM on LinkedIn. That is an option. You could do, if we're talking about online networking, you could do random Facebook groups, you could do various subreddits. You could do, you could do LinkedIn. Feels weird for me to say that. You could do Alignable is a really good option. It's a lot of small business owners. Just some things to think about. So you're not just like, oh, I can't network. I live in the middle of nowhere. So did I, ladies and gents. At one point, I lived in the middle of nowhere and I still networked with people all over the country. It really actually broadened my network significantly, having access to the internet. Okay. Depending on your niche, there's almost always a small business owner aligned with your niche. Okay. Let's talk about some niches and possible small business owners who might be like, oh, yeah, I'm curious to learn more and how we can form a partnership, which, by the way, networking is forming partnerships with preferably small business owners or companies. It's not just, you could say networking is just schmoozing and dropping off a bunch of business cards. It's like really building relationships and helping, like, how can I help your business grow? How can you help my business grow? Because we're in the same boat. We're both entrepreneurs and we're riding the struggle bus always. All right. Any hoodle. If you are into adventure travel, like a bike shop owners might be down for that. Any rock climbing areas, you could even go to like skate parks, maybe. Really depends on the type of adventure travel. Skydiving. I don't know what they're called. Studios. I don't know. You could go to local scuba shops for like, see if they want to partner for dive trips. Like once their people get their certifications, let's go to the Blue Hole and Belize. Weddings. I'm going to separate weddings and honeymoon/romance travel because they are different and you should not network with certain businesses if you want to focus on destination weddings, but you can with these certain like industry, meet whatever businesses if you do honeymoons and anniversaries. For weddings, you could do like bridal shops, hair and makeup artists, photographers. I love a good photographer partnership. They like to travel. Possibly event planners, because you could possibly offer to expand your business offerings and partner with them to where they can do all the event management and planning, especially if it's like super unique weddings around the world, and you would just manage the travel. So that's the only reason why I'm throwing in event planners there. Honeymoons, you could do florists, DJs, and event venues on top of the other ones I recommended for weddings. Why would you avoid that? Like a florist for if you do destination weddings? Because guess what? There's no bonus for them. Hi, can I put flyers in your floral shop about how I do destination weddings so they don't give you any business? Like, no, they're not going to go for that. Event venues. Hi, I do destination weddings and nowhere near where this venue is, by the way. I will never work for you or send you any business, but can I put a flyer in and be your direct competition? No. DJs, DJs are kind of iffy. I did have some DJs on my vendors list that were in the US, but they were like, honestly, it's going to be really hard because if you're international, then we have different outlets going on and we like to use our own equipment and we have our own programs. And then it's just, we got to rent the equipment. And no, not the best idea, but we'll be on the list just in case someone absolutely has to have a specific DJ for their wedding, which I have had couples do that. All right. You could also partner. I love this idea and I really need to do this myself, but you could partner with a financial advisor that does retirement planning and offer to help their clients do their bucket list travel within budget. And then you would just book the travel. But you could tell the financial advisor, like, hey, this is how much it costs 2 years from now. And if they're trying to do it in 10 years, he could calculate like general inflation costs and be like, okay, well, you need to have this much in your retirement portfolio. So I recommend adding this to the portfolio, to your portfolio so you can hit that when you want to start planning this trip. And if you want to go in 10 years, Rachel over here is saying you should probably get your whatever stuff deposited on about a year, 6 to 12 months out to guarantee availability for whatever the heck type of trip it is. And make sure it's like big bucket list trips, like the Oceania around the world cruise. You know what I mean? Like the big, or the very, very intricate ones. And you could come up with like, you never know when a country is going to go to war or go bankrupt or what's going to happen. So if they have a specific country in mind, you can have backup options at the ready just in case. I think it's a really good idea. And someday I will partner with the financial best advisor and be like, okay, we have this extra service here. Okay. When you are networking, do not just focus on what is in it for me. Like I said, was that you see back again? Like I stated earlier, don't go to a wedding venue and be like, hi, can I advertise destination weddings? Can I put a flyer up here? Like, don't just think about what's in it for me. Don't go to business owners for something you are not interested in selling, but you think is going to make you a bunch of money and you have zero desire to even participate in their business on the off chance that you could make some money, because they're going to be able to tell very quickly that you have no knowledge of their industry or desire to get to understand their industry. And so therefore you're less likely to help them. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Before you reach out to anyone, cold calling, cold email, warm networking events that you go to attend to, see who's on the networking event list, like who's registered, if you can, and then have some ideas. Even if you just meet them at a networking event, be like, hey, I've got some ideas brewing in my head. Can I get your phone number or your email or whatever? I'll shoot you a text. We can set up a time for lunch next week and I'll bring these ideas to the table. How does that sound? Like, be proactive. And they're ideas that are going to help both of us, right? You could offer when you're networking, you could offer them to referral fees if you want to. You could offer when you're networking maybe discounts on something. Kind of review your host agency contract if you are hosted to be sure. You could partner up to support a local nonprofit organization. So they could, I'm trying to think of a good example, and I don't know why I'm going into adventure travel. So a bike shop could do like training session to get them prepared for this big cycling trip that you could book as a group, and then proceed from the training session and the travel that you book could go back to a specific nonprofit organization that you want to set up. And that would really help bring in, like, it would help people develop their passion for cycling more. It'd get them more involved with the community, get to know each other, and they would know that bike shop and they would know your travel agency because you put together this phenomenal bike cycle around Europe or cycle around the US trip for them and managed all their travel for them. And you're also giving back to a cause that they care about. So it could even be someone, it could be for like American Cancer Society or something. And there's someone that like is meh about cycling, but they are very passionate about cancer or like dementia treatment. I don't know, Alzheimer's Association, whatever. Clearly, I know my NPOs or NGOs, whatever they're called anymore. But they could be very passionate about that. And they're like, well, I'm kind of meh about cycling. I could stand to lose a few LBs. I do want to travel the world and it's going to a good cause. So I'm going to join this program. Right. And then you have a whole new person for both you and the bike shop. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're like, no, you just go a million miles an hour. Yeah, that's just my brain. Okay. Once you decide, like, I want you on my like partnership list, make an effort to maintain regular contact. If you aren't already in a BNI or like going to chamber meetings or whatever locally, make an effort to maintain regular contact. Like every 2 weeks, once a month. Hey, do you want to do a lunch? Third Thursday of every month. Let's go to have lunch at this place. So it's just always the same, easy. Make it easy for them. Same time, same place, same day of the month. Send them the calendar invite with a 30-minute reminder. Shoot them a text a couple days before. Maintain that regular contact. And then just like talk shop, also get to know them on a personal level during those lunches. Ooh. So, what you could do today on top of everything else you're doing, or sometime this week, I don't care, or never, it's your life. Spend some time creating a list of possible contacts and contact all of them. It will probably take you 30 minutes if you can find them locally. You just Google search based on your niche, some ideas for networking partnership. Get that information, 30 minutes. Be done for the day, right? Then the next day, cold email or cold call all of them. Have a general idea of what you're going to say. Do not script. Please do not script. But just have like, hey, I'd love to get to know more about your business. I have an idea that could be very helpful for you and like really showcase your business in this industry. You have time for a phone call and then get them lunch. Okay. As an example, don't just pick one photographer if you're doing romance travel, flashy destination wedding. Don't just cold outreach one photographer and then be like, well, nobody wants to do this. Keep going. More photographers. What other photographers you got? I think so. I love photographers. They were a great help to building my destination wedding business. And I think I had like 12 US based photographers around the country that I was like, yeah, we're partnering up. I love photographers, but I take horrible pictures. So sorry. Trust me, I've had photographers take pictures and they're like, eh. Eh. So anyway. All right. So that's a little bit about networking. Tomorrow, we're going to touch a little more on your actual communication style. Really don't like this feedback sound I'm getting, especially when you're interacting with people one on one and also on social media when you're writing the posts out or via email, whatever. We're going to discuss sincerity versus authenticity. They are not the same thing. That's tomorrow's episode. Today it was only 15 minutes. You made it. Congratulations. Thanks for stopping by. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a good day.